I'll record. I've started recording now.
Okay. All right. So you want me to start, Ruth, or you want to introduce me? I don't know what you want to do.
Yeah, you can go for it, Nat.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So we had this incredible event in Perth called the Summit, which most of you have heard about. And last week, of course, anyone that was on the call saw that we were speaking around the importance of doing business presentations on a weekly basis, either on Zoom or in person, one-on-one or in groups or in an event situation. And the reason why it's so important, obviously, is because people will come in through every doorway. They'll come through the doorway of nutrition. They'll come through the doorway of product. They'll come through the doorway of a fitness event or a yoga event. And you can host whatever events you want to host as a Juice Plus distributor. But one of the most important things to understand is when people are looking at the business, they want the simple, basic structure to our business. So Adam was, a new kid off the block. He was inspired by Chris Fielding, and Chris Fielding and Katie Ravey were earning £200,000 per month when he met them. And Adam had a few gyms. He was completely overwhelmed. He was never with his children, and he wanted to have more time, freedom, and he wanted to be at home with his kids. So he saw this opportunity, maybe have a look at the Juice Plus business. So when Adam did this presentation, every time he presented in Perth, I went and watched. I sat and I listened, and I understand the importance of what we have to do now. People need to come in and see the community events. They need to see the product events. People need to experience the product. But when people are interested in the business, they need to go to an event where they can have the nuts and bolts outlaid for them. So Abby and I hosted our first business presentation last Friday. We had, I think, about 25 women there. It was very exciting. We had it at Odyssey on the beach in City Beach, which is the most beautiful venue. And this Friday we're doing it again, and we're doing it at a beautiful venue on the beach in Scarborough. Now, what the mechanics of the business is, if you do this in a location which is beautiful and you're showing people lifestyle, and then you're actually presenting the business as a lifestyle business, making sure they're already pre-qualified when they come. When they come and they hit, that event, they're going to be like, I'm already loving the product. I already love the community. Now I want to see what the business is about. So it just gives them a reason to maybe look at it more seriously. So the event is sectioned into 3 parts. The first part is introducing why people would be looking at a network marketing business. And then you would be talking about the product and the products that are attached to our network marketing business. So you would be, talking about how Juice Plus fits into people's current lifestyles. So Juice Plus is a simple product. You have micronutrition as in the capsules. You have macronutrition as in the complete. These 2 food formulas really are a simple way to bridge the gap between what we're not eating and what we are eating. You showcase each of the products. You talk about each one for about 2 or 3 minutes long, and that's it. And then ask 2 people from the audience that have had product experiences to come and share for no more than 1 minute. Now, when Abby starts the event, she talks about the current realities that people face today. They face things like debt or death or divorce, depression or disability. And these are some of the reasons why people actually need extra residual income, because one or more of these things could happen to any one of us at any one point in time. And so creating residual income could be through a network marketing company like Juice Plus. We talk about the products, and that is really the first part, and that is up to the first speaker. The second speaker comes in, and as you can see, it's been written down on a piece of paper. We want this to be totally duplicatable, so it is so simple. It's been handwritten on a piece of paper, and if you feel like you want to get up and just talk about it with a piece of paper in your hand, that's duplicatable. Being polished is not duplicatable. My ability to duplicate passion came from my intense drive to do this business. Like, people just wanted to duplicate the passion, but I overcomplicated it, as I told you last week. So doing this, I read off this piece of paper, and people loved it because I was vulnerable and I was nervous. And so I showed people that anyone can do this. So that was step one, and Nika did that part at our event. This was my part. Step two, so it's another piece of paper. There's 3 bits of paper, and I'm going to just email these to you, Ruth and Noreen, so you can just have a look at it for your team, and then you can duplicate this event online, and you can just do this on Zoom with each other. Okay. But the second part is really just asking the audience, who's this business for? What type of person? You know, what type of person would want to create a residual income? And when you talk the word network marketing, the words network marketing, what does that actually mean to a lot of people? Has anyone ever heard of network marketing before and had some sort of, you know, feeling around that? And then people will feed into that and say, oh, look, pyramid selling, or they might say, oh, you know, being sold to and having your friends all run away, or Amway, or they might say that stuff, but they also might say something really powerful too. We've had people in the audience say things like, oh, create time freedom, and it's a new way, and, you know, so you get both sides of the coin. So you let the audience drive the actual conversation. So then the next part is that you say, let me just show you something, and you draw a triangle. Not just a triangle with the base at the bottom, this one here. And you show people that at the top, you have your CEO. Underneath, you have your board of directors. Underneath, you have your managers, your store managers, and your staff. And you show people that this here is traditional business, and never at the bottom are the staff going to ever get to that CEO position. I mean, there's never a day checking out to be the CEO of Coles or Woolies or a multinational supermarket. It's just not going to happen. And anyone that works in corporate knows that you are only ever recognised for your skill set, never ever recognised for your potential. It's very difficult in the corporate world. They want to know what you can do right now for them. They don't want to look at you and say, hey, you potentially have some magic in you, and we can see this, so we're going to train you up and make you amazing. It's very rare that that ever happens. So then we move over to the other triangle here, and it's upside down with the pointy end at the bottom, and we draw that on the screen. And we say this is the Juice Plus virtual model. This is the Juice Plus franchise model. At the bottom, we have you. You enter into the business, and then you share Juice Plus with 2 or 3 people, and you make it to the next position. You share it with up to 20 people, and you make it to the next position. And then as you grow into your leadership, you make it to the next position until you reach the pinnacle of our business, which is this big wide line at the top, which is called National Marketing Director. And with Juice Plus, the model, every single person entering at the bottom has a chance to become a National Marketing Director. And then we had 4 national marketing directors there that day, so we got to put our hands up. But what we do is, if you don't have that around you, or you're on a Zoom call, you say we have multiple national marketing directors in Australia, and New Zealand is just about to have several national marketing directors because we are new to New Zealand. So it's very exciting. And so that's the second part. And then all you need to do after that is say, I'll show you how simple it really is. And for those of you who are thinking you need to know lots and lots of people, well, let me show you that you only need to know a few. So you draw a caterpillar, and if you can see my little caterpillar, can you see it there? Okay, so you draw yourself as a circle and draw a line down and say, this is me, and I met Noreen, and then Noreen met Aaron, and then Aaron met Lisa, and then Lisa met Carol. And I don't know those people below Noreen. They were people that she knew. So the way that it works is that you just need to know a few, and you just share, and then they share, and then they share. So it's a really simple form of network marketing. It's an easy, duplicatable system. where you don't need to know the whole world, you don't need to have big networks, you just need to know a few people that you potentially think might want to bridge the gap between what they're not eating and what they should be eating, and maybe looking for a really incredible business opportunity and community to be a part of, and along the way earn some residual income. So that's part 2. Part 3 is talking about the money. What's achievable? You know, a lot of people, especially women, think money's a dirty word. So this is where we need to really find our way talking about this. Like for me, money was a dirty word for a long time. I would never talk about my income, never talked about earning money. I just talked about how much fun I was having and how lovely the community was, and people wanted to join, and some will, some won't. And, you know, that's what would happen. But what effectively is happening in this event, it is our place where we can talk about money. We can say, you know, the most wonderful thing about creating a residual income for yourself, especially as a woman, is that we actually get to have some certainty around our life, some control, some continuity and constant. You know, like this money comes in every month, and if something does happen to us, like we get sick for a month, or a family member gets sick and we need to take time out, we have this residual income that comes in every single month, and we can take the time off because residual income is constant. And so we talk about how you can make it to that pinnacle position in the Juice Plus business. We talk about the first promotion level as the SDVF. And we say you need 4,000 wholesale dollars running through your business in the first 30 to 60 days, and you will receive, and you will make it to the SDVF position. And then we talk about we have 2 main products. We have micronutrition, which is your capsules. We have macronutrition, which is your complete. You receive 300 points when you sign a customer onto the fruit, veg and berry blend, and you receive 200 wholesale dollar points when you put somebody on 60 sachets of macronutrition. So this is 500 points. So it means that you only need 8 customers in your first 30 to 60 days to reach that $4,000 mark. And that is the SDVF position. You also need to find a new frontline franchisee to join the business with you. If you do that, you both need 4 customers each. However, if you find 3 frontline franchisees, you only need 2 customers each. You need 2, and then this person here needs 2, this person here needs 2, and this person here needs 2. All 4 of you make it to the DVF position, and then you make it to the SDVF position. And this is this process here. Here's my finger. This is this process here where you create an SDVF position for yourself. And all we do is repeat this process with every new distributor that comes on board. We teach them to find 2 or 3 franchisees and to gain a few customers each. You can find 1, 2, or 3 to get to that SDVF position. Obviously, the more franchisees that you accumulate, the quicker that it becomes. So what is possible? We get paid in 3 ways. We get paid retail sales profit on the product. We get paid commission from our downline. So anyone in the team that creates a sale, we receive a part commission of that total. And the third way that we get paid is in bonuses. So this is when we show them the step ladder, and we step it out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. So we talk about the bonuses. This is where we actually talk about the bonus money that can be achieved. And we're not talking about commission. We're not talking about retail sales profit. That's additional. But this is just our bonus program to get to the National Marketing Director position. So as you talk about the SDVF bonus and getting $300 if you do this in the 30 days, you receive a commission for making that title, but so does your sponsor. So it's called a helper's bonus. Isn't that wonderful that the company knows that you're working with this person and that you'll receive a $300 bonus? And then the next position is sales coordinator. You and your sponsor will receive $600. And then the SSC position, you and your sponsor will receive $1,200. And it goes up to Q and then NMD. So at Q, you receive $1,500. And then when you get to NMD, we laugh and say, we're earning too much money now. The sponsor doesn't get the bonus, but we give you $3,000. Now, as we move up the step ladder, we ask if there's any SDVFs in the house, and an SDVF will come up and share for no longer than 1 minute. What this business has done for them so far. Then we'll pull someone from the audience that is a sales coordinator, and we'll also do the same with them. Then we repeat for SSC, Q, and NMD. Now, if there's no one around that is in any of those positions or one of those positions, you just share a story of a team member. If you're doing this on Zoom, you don't need to do that, but at the end, after explaining the step ladder, you may just want to have a look at the participants online and see if you can call on some of the participants to share where they're at in the business and what the business has done for them. And basically, that is it. That is the whole business presentation. It's really, really simple. And at the end, what we do is we share it with people. We say, look, if some of this resonated with you when you're looking to create some residual income, we would love to hear from you. But today you might just want to look at the product. That could be something simple that you could do. You're just here to change your health. Secondly, you might know someone that would love this and you want to share this with them also. So just make sure you get in contact with the person that invited you and you let them know. Thirdly, the product and the business makes sense to you. And if that does, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd really love to help you create a life of freedom and community and some residual income for you and your family so you too can have what we have. So that's really essentially the whole event. Does that seem simple enough?
Yeah, it does, Nat. Really simple.
Yeah, anyone can do that. So I did the second part, Abby did the third part, Annika did the first part, and it was so easy. I was so nervous with my piece of paper. I even said, oh my gosh, I'm a professional international speaker, and I am so nervous today because I'm out of my comfort zone. I don't follow structure. I only follow my heart. And everyone loved that because I was real and I was just myself. If you try to be polished, people cannot do what you do. You have two types of people in the room. You have those who look at you and go, I could do it better than that. And they're the hungry ones. Then you've got the second type of person that says, gosh, you made a few mistakes. I could do that. Right? And then you might have someone in the audience, a third type of person that say, I don't ever want to do that, but I'll take the product. Yeah. You know, and when you're bringing up these people to talk, what you're effectively doing is duplicating speaking. So you're teaching them to come up at the different levels, and then all of a sudden you're going to pinpoint people in your business that they need to step into that space of taking one of these three parts. Does that make sense, guys? Can we have a look at everyone's faces and do a gallery view? Cool. Hey, Noz.
Hi, darling. How are you? I'm a bit bummed I missed the beginning of that. I was putting Bo to bed, but I'll listen to the recording because it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Don't panic, because it's all there. It's very simple and easy. And do you know, I'm so pumped about this, guys, because, you know, we have these events. I was just saying, Noz, that we have these events that are community events. You bring people in to see sports nutrition talks and yoga events and, you know, smoothie demos and salad in a jar parties. Please don't stop doing those events because that's what gets everybody excited. But once a week or once a fortnight or once a month, whatever you can manage, make sure you have a regular business event to build people into, because people want to know, how do you create residual income in this business? And I have been so scared to do this because I've always followed the principle that when you're in your passion, you're in your flow, money just flows to you. But that was true for me. It wasn't true for everybody else, because not everyone thinks like me. So, you know, I understood that spiritually. I understood awareness and abundance, and I understood laws of attraction, and I could do that. But at the end of the day, my team needed to see money come into their account on a regular basis. They needed to see bonus money hit their account. They needed to be able to, you know, like Valerie and Sunny have lived in this beautiful house in Swanview for years. Their dream is to get to the beach. And they put their house on the market on last Monday. You know, like I've been there through that whole process with her, and, you know, we all have. And it's so beautiful to see your team get to that. They also bought a house for Sunny's mum in the first year of their business.
Yeah, I love that story. I was just telling Carol that today.
Tracy bought her dream house 1 street back from the beach in Mullaloo. It is a dream house. You know, Carla had her dream wedding overseas. I was able to buy a house as a single mother, and, you know, I can afford to go away every month, which is exactly what I do. So I create my whole life around travel. My dream is to just be a traveling foodie. You know me. Really happy. But, you know, everything I've ever dreamed of has come true in this business. And we need to show people the money, because they need to know how to make it, not just flap around. I've got girls that every week they don't know what they're doing in their business, and it's because they haven't had any structure. So now we are setting structure strongly in place. Daily method of operation and structure, because simplicity is what duplicates, not the complexity. And that's what we were doing here, is we were quite complex. So you're still doing fun events, but you have a business event. So people come in, they love the product, they have a product experience, they enjoy the community, they love it. Then you can say to them, we do have a business event if you want to learn how to create residual income in our business. If you want to have a look more closely, but please know it is a business event. It is strictly business. This is not all our fun, cool stuff we do in the community. This is like straight shooting, talking, dirty money. Not dirty, but clean. But dirty if we want to be dirty. No, and I know that some of you might be nervous around this, but you don't have to run the events until you're ready. You know, we want you to step into that space whenever you're ready. We're going to push you out of the nest as quickly as we can, because that will create a life of freedom for you. But it is important to go to them, attend them, take your team to them. Even if you've got franchisees that want to do the business events, take them every week until they get, I can do that. I went to 3 of Adam Westwick's events, and by the 3rd I went, I got it. And then Abby said, let's do one. We did one. I was nervous. I said, oh my God, I freaked out. Everything left my head. And then I got up there and I thought, this is not about me. This is about these people in front of me. It's not about me. You're making it about you, Nat. And I went, okay. So I switched straight into, like, I really want to give you a gift type of mentality. So does that make sense? Can I have people who are completely nervous about this talk to me now? Because I think it's really important that we get vulnerable and we just say, right, I'm nervous. Oh my gosh, what's people going to think? And if you're not nervous but you're excited, let's share that too.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to listen to the replay of the details, but I think for me it would be fantastic to just have that real simplistic, you just follow it to explain the business. I can explain the product till the cows come home. I don't have a problem with that. It's always been, I just don't know how to explain the business in that way where it comes across as actually this is a gift. And the real simplistic way, because I know I looked at the profit incentive guide and my God, that just could scare anybody away looking at that thing. It's just like an alien force.
Yeah.
So it's great, Nat. Thank you.
I think, anyone else? Girls?
Yeah. I'd just like to say that I like the idea of having structure. I think it makes me feel more comfortable anyway to have structure.
Yeah. And also, None of us are well, I am, but I became more of a professional speaker through my Juice Plus business. But none of us entered this business as professional speakers. Nobody wants to see a professional speaker. They want to see you fumble and fail, so they think, oh, I can do that too. If she can do it, I can do it. You have to remember that. Being polished gets you nowhere. I mean, I was just lucky. To be honest, I think I was just lucky at times that people duplicated my passion. But people are like all my NMDs have got a weekly business meeting in their diary. From last week on, they all put one in their diary, and I saw 8 flyers come onto Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, no one knows which one to go to. But what's amazing is that they're all on different nights because we kind of half had a chat, and what that means is that if someone can't come to mine, they can go to Abby's. It's exactly the same event.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
And so people will be inspired however it is. And the universe works in this magical way just to put people in the room for a reason. So the little stories that people share at the different levels and their product experience stories just makes people pop all over the place. Really clever. Like a year ago when Adam did this, I was like, no, let's not do that. And then a year later, I'm like, oh, I wish I'd done that.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing, isn't it? It's just having that exact same structure that we can teach team, that they can then teach their team, and it goes on and on and on and on, and it's just easy and it's the same and it's duplicatable and it works. We don't have to think of a new method. It obviously works because look at where he got in such a short amount of time.
Yeah. And, you know, Adam has 50 to 70 every Thursday night that turn up at Linda's house, 50 to 70 potential franchisees. We had 30 on our first one.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, we're just starting and we've got 30 because we've got an engaged audience already because we've got a big team. But if you guys get your franchisees, like if you're all on the call every week and you commit to it, even if you don't have a franchisee, right, just get into a rhythm of learning it, and then you bring people on every single week, and it's just part of your weekly method of operation. Like this is the part of my job I have to do. It's only half an hour, and then you're just bringing people on, and we're looking at each other like this. It's so inspiring. Like
that really needs to be shared with the whole of the New Zealand franchisees as well. Like for sure.
Like you guys could do this. Like whoever feels confident doing part 1, part 2 or part 3, put your hand up, do it with Ruth and Noreen and just commit to it for the whole of New Zealand. Just say, right, this is what we're doing for New Zealand every week, no brainer, half an hour this night. Now, don't ever change the day because certain people can't get on. Because if they can't get on, they'll create their own event. You must remember that you design your schedule. You don't react. Like, don't react to other people. You've got to respond to yourself. What's good for me? That's a good night for me. I can conserve my energy all day, do my business event at night. I can build into that per night. That suits me. I'm going to do that for the team, and that's my commitment to the team. Energetically, people will start moving things around to get onto that event every Wednesday night if that's when you're going to have it.
Yeah.
8 o'clock at night's really good, 8 to 8:30, because people's favourite TV shows are on at 8:30, and also the kids are in bed, definitely gone to bed, so that's a really good time.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, and I can guest speak with you guys your first couple of weeks if you want me to.
Cool.
Yeah, I think a Zoom call would be good because obviously Noreen and I have both got team members kind of all over the place. So for us to be able to do a joint Zoom call would be awesome, and just have different people in our team taking part and taking different parts of it would be good.
Yeah, and as you grow, as each one of you grow, you can step in, and do you know what? If you're really frightened to do it, you should do it. Do it. Because the more frightened you are, and then you get past it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I did it.
Yeah.
And something happens in your energy. It shifts. Your frequency changes because God rewards the brave. Not religious connotation. I'm just saying it's a statement that my grandma used to say to me all the time. If you're brave and you do something, then your energy shifts into a new spectrum and he gives you something back. I'm like, wow, okay, Grandma, that's a beautiful story. I'm keeping that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just think, and also too, like I've seen the same faces on the call every single week. This means you guys want this and you're engaged. And I'm fully 100% committed to helping New Zealand grow, because I know how tough it was when I started in Perth and no one liked network marketing. 7-8 years ago when I started, it was like, network marketing. And you know what? Now it's it only took a couple of years, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, is that network marketing? And I'll be like, yes. And they'll be like, awesome. Like, oh, great. I've been looking for something like this. You're like, oh, okay. You'll love that. When you get that to you, you'll know that your energy shifted into a new space because you would have accepted network marketing as a form of business for you. You would have accepted it. And people around you will accept it too. As soon as you accept it fully, people around you will accept it. Remember, changing the world's exhausting. Changing yourself will change the world.
Awesome.
Cool.
Hey, Nat, can I put a request in for doing a call about social media at some point?
Want Caitlin to do it?
Oh,
Yeah.
What do you think?
Caitlin did say I contacted Caitlin. She did say she'd be available we just need to name the time and she'll go through pretty much what she went through at her presentation.
Yeah, just name this time and I'll get her to drop in next week or the week after.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I don't know if did we just do it on the call? I might have missed it. Did you do the DMO tonight or was that
no
different one as well? Cool.
Let's try and get Caitlin next week. If she can't do next week, I'll do DMO next week, and then we'll do
the other one.
Yes, and you know what? In a couple of weeks, I won't need to talk on these calls anymore because you girls will know everything.
I just think it's good. It's really good to just have that, the social media thing, how to present the business, what you say about the product. You kind of touch all the bases and you've got something to go on. And then you've got, a couple of those Gordon Hester ones, part 1 and part 2 are absolutely gold. I can't believe how good they are because he's just talking about the industry. And then you've got, just having these key things, I think, that I think, Ruth, you and I have been chatting a lot about stuff and trying to work out what is the best things to send our team.
Yeah, and just the fact that keeping it simple is the best way because it's so easy to overcomplicate it. And I've made that mistake.
Guys, I've just downloaded MLM Nation. They have 140 podcasts on multi-level marketing superstar.
Cool.
And it's the guy that hosts it. It's very annoying. He's an Asian American guy, and he's got this voice that really drives you nuts. But when the speakers come on, they're all from all over the world. And what I've realised is they have the same thing that happens in every talk for network marketing: simplicity creates abundance. Simplicity creates abundance because create a product, share your business story, share your product story, share your business story. Get someone engaged through this door or this door. Bring them into a product event or bring them into a business event. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Do the same product event every week. But you'll get so much better at it as you go on. And you'll share different little tiny colloquialisms and funnies, and you'll get so used to doing them that you'll start to get really creative and you'll have a lot of fun with it. You don't have to say it's always the same way, but it's the same structure. And then you throw in your little jokes and you throw in your fun stuff and you'll just learn. You'll learn that being really nervous and tripping over your words was really funny to some, so you'll keep doing that. even though you're not there anymore. You know?
Hey Nat, your Tuesday night call in Perth, do you Zoom record that at all, or?
We haven't been, but we are going to start doing it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Girls, I've got to go because I've got to go pick up Taj. But does anyone have any questions before I do go?
No.
Are you all coming to conference?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited. Then we get to hang out.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
You know, it's a whole lot of wine and a little bit of wellness.
Well, that sounds awesome.
You know what, guys? I hope I made that simple, and I hope you feel like you've got some confidence around it, because I certainly am very excited about just implementing. I haven't changed anything. All I've done is apply one business event into my calendar. So engage through lots of different channels. Jump onto as many trainings as you possibly can. Jump onto MLM Nation and start to really understand the power of network marketing, because it'll be the biggest gift you could give yourself, is to understand that we are in the best industry in the world and the best company.
Yeah, we've got the double whammy. It's awesome.
We're the best. Okay.
Thank you, Nat.
Thanks, Nat.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Love you all.
Love you lots. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.